live the New York stock market morning session. Glad you can join us and hope everybody's doing well. All right, so I'm going to, let me just get this out of the way here. Going to start off with the calendar. And today on the 15th, we had some red news. In Britain, GDP, and in the US here, we had PPI, retail sales, PPI month over month, retail sales, unemployment claims.
And some manufacturing stuff too, yeah.
This Fed chair is supposed to speak as well at 8:40. So that passed as well. So that's all the red news, and it seemed to have made a little bit of a move for the indices to the upside. And the U.S. dollar went down slightly. Yeah, I've got the U.S. dollar versus the Euro U.S. dollar, and the U.S. dollar is a little bit on the downside. So overall, it's in a downward mode, and it went down even a little further on the news. Okay, so a weak U.S. dollar currently, and I've got the NAS. This is the NAS100, and it is. You can see from the news just a little over half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, we opened, and I think George said it spiked up first, and then came back down, and then spiked up again. And it's trying right now to climb back up. So I would expect them to maybe go back up and take up the highs up here.
Yeah, can you do a top down, Lennox? Because I'm looking at the 1 hour now, and it looks like it should be going up, coming out of wave 4.
Let's go to the weekly here. Okay, so we're pressing up, we're pushing up, looking to take out the highs. If everything continues the way it is, we should be taking out these highs. So we're in a very strong upward mode on the weekly, on the daily time frame. Also in a strong move to the upside, looking to, this is the next high to be taken. Actually, this one here is the next high to be taken, but we're very close to taking that out right now. So perhaps once we get through that, then there's only that high up, those highs up there to be taken out.
Yeah, I have 150 handles to that next high up.
Yeah. So 4 hour, we're just stair stepping up. So we're looking for a continued move to the upside. We do have quite a gap here on the 4 hour. So we're just going to mark that just so that we get our bearings. Oops. Yeah, we do have a gap right there. Make this a little bigger so I can, yeah, that's correct. All right, so we came back into the gap, and now we're trying to push back to the upside. So on the hourly, we are been mostly sideways, eh? So we're kind of in a sideways type of
yeah.
affair.
Well, I was kind of calling that a wave 4 from the U.S. Open being the bottom.
Yeah, so we've had this strong move. And then we're just been gyrating
US
up and
Open,
down.
I should say, of the 12th.
Yeah, looking for them to continue pushing up. However, we could possibly come back, but that might be a stretch.
That would push us into that 4 hour gap again.
Yeah, that would.
It's just emerging from that right now.
So that would be the question there. Would we come back again? But we do have, they did sweep the lows here, so it's likely that this could be the low. So we'll check our count from up here to see if that is so, because like I say, we could do that one more time, take out these lows. All right, so we'll find out as we drop down. So on the 30, okay, so now we can kind of see our structure a little bit. We do have a 1, 2, 3 here, and then we've dropped. So it is looking like it is a possible fourth wave here that we could come back down again one more time.
Yeah.
That is a possibility. Interesting.
It looks like we're going to go up first, though, on the 1 hour to me, but you know, this could be dicey.
Well, again, if I go to the hourly, it's a little difficult to see it from the hourly because it's a bit. So if I drop down to the 30, we start to see the actual structure, and so we do have a 1, 2, 3 here. We get another 1, 2, 3, and yet another one, and then we drop. So at this point here, because we've moved up A, B, C, D, E, we could be done. We could get one more push to take out this high, and then we could be coming back down. So let's see if that's how it plays out today. So dropping back to the 15, going down to the 15. So whether we have a 1, 2, 3 here and another 1, 2, 3, you can look at it that way or that way, and then we get this drop. So it's still looking like it's a fourth wave, and
to me, it's looking like we should end up with an overall drop, but I don't know, you know, just the way I've been looking at things, I guess.
So at this point, this could be the high, or we could take it out. We could take it out one more time. Before we get that drop. So, all right. So we can come in a little closer and see. So I have a gap here. So I'm going to mark this gap, which we came into already. And so if I drop to the 5-minute now, okay. So you see we touched that gap, and at this point, I have a 1, 2, 3. So you can see that it is possible that that's the top, but we are also in this leg going up. Either we're going to go back up and take out the highs one more time, or we are done and we're coming down because we're forming a 1, 2, 3 as we speak. So I'm looking for them to go up one more time to take the high. That's a possibility.
What time frame are you on?
That's the 5 minutes time frame. So again, based on our structure, let me do this over. Based on our structure, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got a 1, 2 now. I would suspect that they're going to go up and take out the highs one more time, take out both of these, and then we could get a drop. So let's see what occurs here in 6 minutes. All right, so on the 1 minute time frame, looking at this leg here now, you can see we do indeed have a 1, 2, 3 here. We've gone up, so I'm expecting them to go up one more time, take out this high at least. They might not take out this high.
On that 1 minute, the Tom DeMark has been broken to the downside. The point of interest.
Yeah, so let's see. Tom DeMark would be.
Yeah, going from the two big green bars on up, you know, no, the earlier one, the one that is just before the most recent high.
From here.
Yeah, that one big green bar that's high in there. Move to the right one chart, one more candle. No, right.
Up above.
There, that's the one. Yeah, draw your mark there, and the Tom DeMark is showing coming down at that point.
No, not that way. He's talking about a resistance or supply or distribution line.
You're talking about this way.
No, you're starting with that the top of that big candle. Down.
And then coming down.
Yeah, down.
Yeah.
So that's a negative triangle that's a negative triangle.
So we're like this, it's in essence at this point, or like this. Yeah. So
it's a negative triangle.
But yeah, well,
this is the most current.
That lower one hasn't been drawn yet on mine, automatic one, because you know, it's still working on the prior one, and it just hit the lower target. It just hit the lower target of that lower line that I was talking about.
So we'll be looking at this one next here.
Yeah, that will be the next one.
But I'd be looking for this to go back to the upside still, to take out this high.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense.
So at the open here, this would be a...
yeah, we'll find out fairly quickly. The opening is coming up in a couple minutes.
4 minutes. This would be a buy, or even now it's a buy to go up and take out the high. Now the only question is, do they take out this high as well? Because we've already swept it that high, so they might not go back up to take this high anymore. So we do have a 1, 2, 3 setup. And this would be another 1, 2, 3 unless we break that high. So should be interesting here to see what happens at the open in 3 minutes. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. Whoops, Bitcoin here. And see what Bitcoin's doing. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the daily on the Bitcoin. Let me go to the weekly on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin 2 is also trying to take out a previous high and 2 previous highs to come. And we're very close. We're in a very strong move up on Bitcoin. On the daily here, we've been pushing up with a lot of strength. We're kind of consolidating a little bit right now on the daily 4 hour. A lot of consolidation, trying to push back to the upside here to take out this high. We've got a couple more minutes left. Let me bring this over a little bit further. Okay, so 1 hour. So we had a nice 1, 2, 3 bottom here on the 1 hour. It looked like we would continue up from here, you know, without coming into this area, but they came back into this area. You see that? And they came down quite a bit. So looking for them to continue going back up again, you know, we could get something like that and continue up off the hourly. Okay, we've got, that's the 30-minute. We're pushing up again. 15-minute. Pushing up. We're in a sideways funk right now. 5 minutes. Just chopping. So looking for them to continue going up on Bitcoin here in the short term at least. Okay, so we've got less than a minute to go before we start. They open up here. So let's go back to the NAS. We are getting a little push up on the NAS. So looking for that again, looking for them to take out the high and possibly this high. Possibly. All right, with less than 5 seconds to go. And they're off.
They're off. Starting now down, but I don't know how long that's going to exist.
You know, they almost took that low. I know they did take that low by a couple of ticks. Still looking for them to push it back up, but we'll see here.
Well, they're pushing more to the downside right now, but we'll see what happens. Too early. They could easily turn this around because a lot of people have orders in that they're just sort of filling up. And
well, this would be a sweep of the lows here. So take the buyers out.
yeah, that's the most recent lows, but there's some more below that too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of lows here. How did Tesla open up?
Down.
Wow, way down. Oh, so let me look at Tesla from the daily point of view. Okay, so we were looking for Tesla to possibly attack this high up here. So it's having a little trouble this morning for our open up down. Get rid of all this stuff.
We're in wave 4 on the 4-hour and 1-hour. Big wave 4. So in theory, I would expect price to go down at some point.
Well, this is they opened up down, they've taken everybody out, so they're looking to push back up now.
They're pushing up now.
Yeah, see the NAS is pushing up.
I missed getting in.
As we expected there on the NAS. I just had my alert go off. I had set an alert for that high to see if they would take it, and they did. Okay.
They took out the most recent highs now.
So that would have been a play to the upside.
Yeah, I missed it, Lennox.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
I'm thinking though that we're going to be coming down.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one here. They sweep it. It's very difficult to get in because there's nothing really there.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I expected them to do because of our structure. So to go back up and take out the high here and possibly this one, and they've done that.
Yeah. Well, they have done that already on the futures, but they didn't close above. They went above, and
I just want to see if S&P did the same thing. S&P did not take the high. See that? So we've got divergence with S&P at this moment in time. So I'm going to mark that because that's significant if S&P cannot take that high. Quite interesting there.
Well, it doesn't look like it's done yet.
Let's see if they do take out the high. So I've got some divergence right now.
If it closes above those recent highs, it might be looking further to the left. I haven't seen where that would be. Oh, okay. I do see.
S&P is trying to take out the high, but still cannot take the high. Okay, so we are getting a little bit of divergence here. Still. Oh, maybe not anymore. I think they've taken it now.
Well,
yeah, they've taken it now. So the divergence is no more.
Actually, they've got about 20 handles to take out the next high, which is on 5:15 at 3 o'clock.
Okay, so let's look at where we are now. So based on what I'm seeing now, our structure is telling us that we should be looking for a sell now, because we do have 1, 2, 3 top. We've dropped, come back up. So I'm looking for them to come down and take out these lows here. All right, so for everyone on YouTube, we are the 1, 2, 3 traders. We're looking for 1, 2, 3 tops and bottoms. 1, 2, 3 top would be a high, that's our 1, a low point, that's our 2, and then the high point again, that's our 3. The only rule that we have is that number 3 point cannot break number 1 point. So it's essentially just a triangle, and we're looking to enter in around 50% retrace between points 1 and points 2. The opposite for a 1, 2, 3 bottom, we have a low, a high, and another low. Again, we're looking to enter between points 1 and 2 on the retrace. Point number 3 cannot break point number 1, even by a tick. And then we look to come in to enter in on around the 50% area, 50% retrace area. So that's our model. And we don't base it on gaps or order blocks or breaker blocks or mitigation blocks or any of that stuff. It's just basically a 1, 2, 3 setup. That's the simple of it. We can use order blocks and breaker blocks and mitigation blocks and fair value gaps, and we can do that, but it's not a prerequisite. All right, so let me go back down to the 5 minutes. So looking for a 1, 2, 3 top now at this point, and on the 1 minute time frame, I would. Okay, so where's my 8:30? My 9:30 open is here. So I'm looking for my first gap after 9:30, which is here. Okay, and I've got other gaps happening. Another one here. We're getting a pullback into this area. So I'm looking for a sell on that right now. So there's my 1, 2, 3. I've got my 1, my 2, my 3. We've swept out the highs. And we've dropped, we've retraced. I'm looking for an entry here to come down, take out these lows, take out these lows, take out these lows. Will I be right? That's my expectation. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be right, but that is my expectation. So where would my stop be? In this case, my stop would be above the high, or I could put my stop above the number 3 point if I feel that this was the highest point that they're going to come back, reverse back to. So this safer play right now would be to put my stop above the high. Getting a nice push down. Let's see if we can continue down here. And I'm going to look to take a little something off as quickly as possible, and then let the rest go. If I come down a little further again. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm looking for them to break the low.
I'm looking for them to break the 845 low.
Let's see my cursor.
Which low are you looking for them to break?
The lowest low.
Oh, that would be the one at
So we're talking
830,
about
830 low, huh?
Yeah, let's see on the 15. So on the 15-minute time frame, I can see it. That would be my TP down here. This is the daily low as well. So that's way down there. I placed my order, but it's not showing up, so I'm not sure what's going on.
It almost tagged my first low.
Okay, so we've broken that low, the first low here, and we're getting a push back. So we could pull back again up into the gap. There are a couple gaps there, but I'd like to see them just continue straight down. If we do pull back up into the gap, which is possible still, then I would add to my position at that point to continue down. But right now we've broken this high and we're getting that pullback. So can we come back up in here? If we do, like I say, I would add some more.
Playing around right now.
Yeah. That's a good addition in there. Whoops, I'm just not fast enough there. Just about to click and they dropped it. So that might have been my last chance to get a addition to my order.
Well, they're doing a lot of hesitating back and forth right now. I could easily see a move up slightly.
We've done it once. They're going to do it twice. Yes. So they give me a second chance to get in. So I'll take a second opportunity to jump in. Place my order. Maybe my settings aren't right on here or something. I'm not seeing my stop loss. Just check my settings. Okay, there we go. Maybe that's why it's not showing. They're there, but it's not showing. Okay.
I think we're going to get some consolidation right around this
there
point.
We go. Okay, so that's why it's not showing. So my stop is a bit prohibitive here. I need them to continue going down. This is a good entry area here. So what we have right now is a double 1, 2, 3. We've got a 1, 2, 3 here, and then another 1, 2, 3 again. So it's given double opportunities to get into this trade to come down. Now we need to take out this low. We can feel comfortable at that point. If we can take this low out, then we're good to go. And I should be able to move my stop into positive then, if I want to at that point. If I'm totally wrong, I'll be stopped out at that high. So they're really giving everybody a chance to get in. Interesting.
Yeah, it's they're going to be playing around in this area for a while, it looks like.
See what Tesla is doing here. Tesla's still not doing much yet. Hasn't set up a 1, 2, 3s yet. So they're getting very close to taking me out at that high, but that would disqualify this 1, 2, 3 here, the second 1, 2, 3. So I don't want to see them take that high. Let's see if we can continue down here. This inverted gap is holding.
Good morning.
Good morning, Armin.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, Martin. All right.
Good afternoon, Martin.
We're looking for them to take this low. Point. Getting some nice profit here. If I can come down a little further, I could take another partial. To 80 of them.
Well, there's still about 40 handles from my target.
Okay, so that's pretty. That's a nice profit, and so I took a bit off. So beautiful profit there. And I'll just move my stop now into positive, and that way there is no losing on this trade whatsoever. So that's the ultimate where you can move your stop into positive. So I'm looking to go quite a ways down still. So that's
that's what I'm looking for. Right now it's only 25 handles from here right now to that next stop.
Next low is here.
Oh, I've gone below that one.
And this one next after. So it was a little testy there for a moment in time in here. Did not want them to take this high, because that would nullify or disqualify our 1, 2, 3 at that point. But they came right up quite a bit, so they can come within a tick. They can actually tie. So your 1, 2, 3 can be a tie with the high, and number 3 point can be a tie, but you can't break it. So I can put my stop above it and feel comfortable, especially if it's a correct 1, 2, 3, if it's a proper 1, 2, 3, because 1, 2, 3s occur all over the place. It's just a matter of choosing the right ones. There's a 1, 2, 3 there, and so on. So, but there are ones that you don't want to play. You don't want to really play that one to the downside. You could, but it's it's not a very good one. We're getting a nice move here, so I'll just keep marking my gaps. So I've got a gap here. What I can do is bring my stop down a little bit further, just to lock in a bit more profit. I don't want to bring it down too much though, because too tight, because they can easily spike back up and take you out. So. See what Bitcoin's doing. Oh, Bitcoin took a dive as well. Okay, so we were expecting a move up first, and they did move up a little bit, but they did not take out the highs like on the NAS, interestingly. So I thought perhaps we would get that move up and to take out the highs first, but they did not. So now we're just coming straight down. So. What are they doing? So they're coming down to take out the lows on Bitcoin, and that's a daily low as well. So this cream beige window here is my daily high, my daily low bar. I've got the 4-hour bars here, my last 3 4-hour candles, but this is the daily bar. And what's going on in a daily bar essentially is we've got a structure move. So looking for them to take out the lows and continue down. So the daily a daily candle, any candle, every candle is doing our structure. This is the structure we're looking for. Every candle does that essentially, and that's kind of the secret to our sauce, as it were. All right, so that's what's going on there. So we're looking for NAS to continue going down. So it's a tough one to get into Bitcoin, of course, now, because we needed to be up here looking for an entry. See how Tesla's doing. Tesla giving you any? They're not pulling back up at all at this point. So we're heading down. So where are they heading down to on Tesla? We've got a low here. I'm on the 15. A low here. So it's a likely target. There's also a gap. So there's a low on the gap there. So it's a likely, don't even have to mark that low anymore. Likely scenario that we could come back down into this gap here. Swept the low. So it's similar to the NAS. We have a double 1, 2, 3 top, and then we've dropped, but we didn't get any bounce. We're just going straight down at this point. Oh, so they did come back up on the NAS that much, eh? Wow, that is a huge retrace.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Wow. Okay, so wasn't expecting them to come back up that high, but you see, that's one of the things by moving your stop, that can happen. So I will just jump back in. The beauty is that you can always go back in. So I'm going to take a sell here because I'm expecting them to continue going down. So good thing I was in positive at least. So I'll continue going down here, and my stop would be up this high, up that gap. That's my risk. See if we can continue coming down again. So I wouldn't expect them to come back up too high here into this area. But that is a possibility. They can still spike it with a wick and take you out. So yeah, just like that. And that's why one of the things I hate putting the stops on, because of that, just because of that they can spike it up with a wick and take you out, because that's what they're wanting to do. So this point here should be safe, and that gives me a new 1, 2, 3. It's a very large 1, 2, 3 at this point. Should continue down. So I'm going to give it another shot. If I can get back in again. That might have been my best opportunity in their first gap after 930 was here. We came right back into it. So that might have afforded me the best opportunity to get back in. Thought maybe this little gap would have held us back, but nope. Slice right through it like butter. Looking for another push up one more time. Let's see if we get that. But just when you think you're safe, I'm going to sell it here because it doesn't look like they want to go back up any further. I'm selling it on a fractal break, looking for continued move down here. Doing
Yeah,
a
you got
fractal
your
break.
fractal now, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so hopefully this one will work, and we're really playing around here.
Yeah, they're playing around. They want to head down, but they maybe don't have enough under their belt yet. There's still a lot of buyers here right now. Seems to be more buyers than sellers right now as I eyeball this thing.
My stop would be above the high here. Tesla's given us anything yet? Oh, Tesla did make a 1, 2, 3 top there. So two of them back to back. Another one. Looking for them to continue down here on Tesla.
We need a fairly good push down at this point. Give me a good push down now.
So one of the things here is my 4-hour, like my current 4-hour candle. It opened right here, and then we went up, and so this is all wick.
Lynn picture.
And so
Yes, sir.
the entry, we want to catch an entry up in the wick area here in order to take this thing to the downside.
That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, he's right. Yes.
No, please mute yourself, George.
Okay. How about that?
Don't forget to mute yourself if you've got a call or something, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
Okay. So yeah, so at this point here, because we're in the wick area of the 4-hour candle, and we're looking for the 4-hour candle to come down. You see, they swept out the previous 4-hour candle high, and so we're looking for them to come down at this point. So this is a good area to get in.
The indecision mode at this point. We still have quite a number of buyers around. Starting to get more sellers now. Let's see if they get filled. It's still even Steven. 10 o'clock.
So we're into algo time. So you see they spiked it up again, almost taking out that high. Very sneaky.
Not good news at this
point. So it's a tie. So that's okay. 239.4 looks like 239.4. So they tied that. So that 1, 2, 3 is still intact at that point. However, they could have taken it out. Let me see if the S&P took that high out. Oh yeah, big time. So S&P is doing something completely different. They swept all the highs out, swept the highs up at the top, where the NAS is not doing that at all. So looking for them to continue coming down here, but it's a bit
dicey
iffy
at this point.
Yeah, very touchy here. So it looks like they're going to take that high. Okay, so that makes sense at this point. I don't want them to take this high out still. So that would still confirm our 1, 2, 3. If they take that high, then we're going to be messed up. So we've got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves here. They're taking the high. Okay, so that messes up our 1, 2, 3.
We've got a problem now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my last line of defense is this high here, and since S&P's already taken that high by quite a bit, interesting. Will NAS take that high, or do we get divergence here? And I'm totally wrong, and we are not going down at all.
They're not going down.
So that's an interesting turn of events here. So I'm still saying that we're coming down. They're just going back up to sweep everybody out. So that's quite interesting. So this is one of the reasons why I don't like putting the stop. But then sometimes if you don't put the stop, you can get yourself into big drawdown problems. So very interesting here what they're doing. So that's why they were hanging around and not leaving. They needed to get more orders. So this is quite a move on S&P to the upside. So let me take a look at S&P overall. So if I'm correct still, got a 1, 2 here, this drop, move back up. So I'm still looking for them to come down, take out the lows, but they've gone back in to take out these highs in between here. So we should be basically done and coming back down momentarily here, holding to that, and the NAS. So the NAS can't even mount that kind of move up. So I'm going to add to my position here if I get an opportunity to come down. So sweeping this high, quite very interesting here.
Right now they have a fractal high. Let's see if it holds.
So by putting a stop here, I would have been stopped out.
At this point, we're looking for a new 1, 2, 3, actually.
Yeah, looking for a new 1, 2, 3 top here to come back down. So they're going to push up a little bit further here. You might even take this high again one more time. It's possible. Possible, but I'm kind of hoping they do not. But it's a likely scenario that we could take that high one more time.
Got a lot of buyers around, that's for sure. More buyers than sellers at this point. And now it's starting to even out. Buyers are coming back in again. Big time. We're into the area where volatility is shot up a bit. So it's hard to make a judgment of quickly adding up the buyers and sellers to get some idea.
I'm kind of thinking they're going to go back up one more time to take the high. Let's see how Tesla's doing. Tesla is kind of choppy. Still looking for them to come down. So it looked pretty good there for a bit there that we were done and we were going to head straight down, but yeah, they started messing around in here. It's kind of okay. Why are they hanging around? So that's the reason why they wanted to go up and get some more orders. Now that we swept everybody out, all the sellers are gone now. There are no more sellers, right? So there's only sellers sitting up here. So they could go up one more time just to snag those guys, and then we could be on our way down. So I'll just add.
What we need is a big down spike.
If they take this low, then they might not go up. So we do have a 1, 2, 3 now because they've taken that low.
We have a 1, 2, 3 right now. If they don't go
interesting.
any higher,
I thought maybe we go one more time. Still could, but
I mean, I can see that, but
this is just right
now, it seems that there's still a bit more sellers at this point.
This is just a sweep here, so
it's touch and go. Right now we have more sellers. Now we're back to more buyers.
They can still go up and take these out. So they're sneaky. Come back up. See, they just swept this area, so it's not a strong break below. So you can still go back up and take out the high, take out this high.
Yeah, during this area of consolidation, it seems to be going back and forth, buyers to sellers, etc.
Yeah, it's an accumulation area. So they're accumulating for a big move here. So trying to get a comfortable seat. I got in on a seat, but it's not a very good seat. You can see that I got in on. So I'm trying to get a better seat.
We need a good solid down to cement this thing into place. It's getting hard to do that.
Okay.
Almost there, but there's still a lot of activity going on. It's amazing.
Yeah, it looked like we would take the high again, but if we close it down here, then it's likely that we're not going back up. Yeah, so we're not going back up. Interesting. I thought for a moment there that we're going to go back and take that high, but they're not. All right, so that's fine. So I've got a inverted gap here, so I can use that for a resistance and look to continue going down. I'm going to try to add to my position if I get a pullback into resistance here. So now I have a clean 1, 2, 3 top.
Yeah.
And then another small one. And I'm looking for another one. And then we should get a drop, or we might just drop right now. So I'd like to add to my position though to make up for the losses. But they're not giving me that. So that was my opportunity to add, but I was being a bit hesitant because I thought maybe they'd go up one more time. So still can go back up.
Well, we're getting to the point where it may not go back up.
Yeah, once they break this low, then yeah, we might be on our way downhill here. Okay, so that's too bad I didn't get a chance to add to my position up there because that would have give me a lot bigger profits here. I'm going to take a little something off when I get a chance here again, just to mitigate any losses. Let's see.
We could use a bigger 3 down.
I've got a gap here. Back into that gap. Let me sell some here. And I'm going to add to my position there now.
Yeah, we're getting some more buyers coming in now. They're about equalized. Yeah, there's more sellers right now. Okay, that's what they did.
They should be selling.
Yes, gets equalized again. And there's more sellers. Okay. The volatility is still high enough that buyers and sellers are still in there struggling to see who's going to win this thing, and they go back and forth.
Yeah, they are. Look at it from the 5-minute standpoint. So very, very choppy. We don't have a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we have a lot of chop going on now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Even when I look at 5-minute or 10 minutes, there's a heck of a lot of chop in here.
We don't have a 1, 2, 3 top on the 5-minute yet. So still a lot of chop going on.
Yeah.
So once we get a 1, 2, 3 on the 5-minute here, which is what we're looking for here,
yeah, we
should be coming down. Again, I might take my TP would be down here.
A lot more sellers came in. Let's see if they got their positions taken. Nope, they didn't. There's a lot of sellers in here. Now there's a lot of buyers. Boy, they're playing with us, consolidating like crazy.
See Tesla again. Tesla is just sideways. Bitcoin setting up for another fall. Nice buy opportunity on Bitcoin. Might go up one more time.
It looks like we got our 5 minutes taken care of. Let's see if it goes down now.
They're really playing around in here. My. Going up higher again.
Yeah, it's trying to push it north now.
It should be coming down.
So as soon as a lot of sellers come in, the buyers come in. Let's see who's going to win.
Should be heading
this
straight
battle.
down. Oh.
We need a solid down at this point.
Thought we were there. Okay, I'm gonna look to take a little something off here. If I'm fast enough this time, because they're playing around too much. So I'm going to take a little something off. And that way I've got something in the bank, and we'll continue. See if we can continue down. So it's so tough to put a stop in this chop here area because they just chop you out. So that's why I decided not to. But I'm holding to our structure. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should be taking this low out and continuing down to take out this low. So that is the trajectory. They're still chopping it up quite a bit. So I just noticed Bitcoin. I was expecting them to go up one more time here first, take that high, and then drop it, but they're just going straight down. So sometimes that's what happens. The expectation sometimes is that, we'll get your structure, but they don't do that. And then they just go straight. So any retrace now would be an opportunity to sell Bitcoin. I might take a stab at Bitcoin here as well. Yeah, they're really big fourth wave here. They're really messing around. But we need to come down and break this low here.
They're not ready for that yet.
Oh, going back up again. So we're getting hard to see that structure. It's taking out the highs. So you see, putting a stop there, they take you out. Oh, they're going way up. All right, so give me another chance to add to my position again. So I'll add some more. Still expecting them to drop it here. Okay, so now Bitcoin has done what I expected them to do. They went up and they did go up and take out that high, but they did it in a weird way. Right, so quite interesting there. Well, they're really going up high. Interesting. So the gap is not holding. Going through. Let's see what S&P is doing. Same thing. So we should be turning back to the downside here again. So that's why they're not dropping it. They haven't got enough. So they're doing A, B, C, D, E type fare here, and we should come back down again. This is not for the faint of heart here, this stuff. Oh, this was my 930 gas. This is a tough one, George.
Yeah, very erratic movement.
Very
I
interesting.
don't, on my hike in Ashy, I don't have any situations that are golden.
It's not
up
much,
or down.
Not much flow here. It's just very choppy kid stuff. I'm still expecting them to drop it, but
yeah, well, they're in a mode where it could be a drop, but the last up move we got, I did have divergence showing that it was going up, but unfortunately, I don't have divergence showing that we're going down yet.
and leave this high alone. That'd be great. Let's continue down.
Okay, if we go down now, I have a minor bear divergence showing. It's not the cleanest one in the world.
This is not the greatest macro or algo at this point. So they're looking like they want to take that high.
There is none.
No, nothing happening here on algo time yet.
If there was one, it would have been against our movement.
Very choppy kid stuff. This gap is still holding up here on the 15-minute. Still expecting them to come back down. So it's just patience here, patience at this point. It's looking like they want to take that high.
Yep. That's exactly what they're going to do. Unless they do a good reversal, that the direction is going to be changing to up.
Very close to taking it, but they did not. Interesting. Okay.
Okay, they're trying to pull us down. But they're only 1/3 there.
It's still down in
Okay,
Trinidad here.
we have the possibility that we
Off the
could
coast.
pull us down.
Yeah, I want to see us drop here. That's the game plan. Down move. A lot of accumulation, a lot of manipulation going on in here.
Tremendous amount. It's got to be like a huge wave 4 going on or something like that.
Now I need them to come and take this low first. Of course.
We need a good 40 handle push downward.
Just my Bitcoin coming down as well. Just took some profits off on that. See if we can continue down. Same thing with the NAS here. Okay, getting some nice move down here. See if I can get them to come down, take this low. Could take some off again. Always good to take some profits off if you can. That's pretty good. Take some off there. First low. But I'd like to go to the ultimate goal, which is the low way down here. So low hanging fruit, of course, is, these lows here. It would be nice to see them come all the way through. So you can see on the 5-minute now, I do have a 1, 2, 3 top. So now everything is looking good that we could go through and come all the way down to profit target here. So if I put the fib expansion tool on this 1, 2, 3 top here, and there's my 1.618 target down here. So it's not a stretch for them to come down and go down to 200%.
At this point, we have one good down 5-minute candle. Let's
Bitcoin's going down slowly but surely. So take out these highs and going for the lows down here as well, looking for the daily low as a target.
okay. We're moving in the right direction now.
Yeah, so a lot of patience in here to wait that out to get a good seat. And now it's paying dividends. So again, taking out these lows, I could take a little something off and just let the rest go. So that way, there's no so I can bring my stop into positive at this point. Should be relatively safe there. Again, there's no safe, but there's no safe ever in the market.
Looks like a lot of people are moving their stops into place because it's starting to turn back up. Yeah, we're getting to the point where there's equal. It's okay. Give me another slice down.
So the overall structure again is 1, 2, 3 here, or you could look at a double 1, 2, 3, and then we get the drop. So once they do that, then we're looking for them to take out this low. So they chop it all up, make it very difficult, especially in here. So you want to try to get in on a 1, 2, 3 in this area to come down to take out this low, but it's a tough challenge because we're in a fourth wave and they can mash it all up in here, and that's what they were doing. So I mean, I got stopped out a couple of times there and stuff, but you stick to your guns and looking for them to do this move.
Move down now. Stop playing around.
Very choppy.
Very, very choppy.
Yeah, not making it easy.
It's so close to my first target, and then it decides to stop.
That's the same kind of thing they did in Tesla. They just chop it all up. Now we get a 1, 2, 3. So we should take out the lows. So patience in here. It's just tough playing. Same kind of thing. Very difficult to play in here. Getting beautiful profits on Bitcoin. Yeah.
I just need a good drop
take some off here on Bitcoin as well.
Another 8 handles and I get something off.
Got a gap here.
Okay, we've got 2 good Heikin-Ashi downs.
I want to bring my stop too tight here. Because once they break this low, they can pull back up. So keep my stop above the gap, and maybe they won't come back and they'll just go straight. But that would be best. Nice move on Bitcoin there.
Oh, come
Nice
on, you
move.
can do better than that. Come
Okay,
on.
bring my stop down a little bit here on the NAS. Again, I can't bring it down too low. If you bring it down too low, they take you out with a wick up. So you have to be really careful about doing that. I'll go here. So how far do I have to go? I still have a long way to go down. So this is really, really believing in the structure. You have to seriously believe the structure. So we get a 1-2, we get the drop. They chop it all up. It's very difficult when you're in the chop to find your way out. Yes, we're expecting them to come down to this low, but it's very difficult to get in a good seat here to come down. So the best play is here, because this is a lot easier to get in
got
here.
Some stuff off of here.
Come down. So this is the same, what I just drew there, that's the same thing that we looked at on the 15-minute time frame. That's the same pattern there on the 15-minute time frame. So we get this drop down. So we're looking for them to take out this low, but of course it's going to take a while in the 15-minute. So that pattern is there on the 15. But if I drop down to the 1-minute time frame, it's the same pattern here. So they did it right here. The exact same pattern. They go down, they drop it. So we're expecting them to take this low. So they come back up. I thought that would be it and we go down, but they said no, they wanted to get more. So they went up higher. And again, now they come down and take out that low. So it's almost the exact same pattern. Because as they say, price is just fractal. It doesn't matter what the time frame is, it's always the same. But these guys are gone.
More consolidation. God. Give me a break. Take some more off.
Very slow still. It's methodical. Bitcoin's doing a little better. It's gaining steam to the downside here, so I can bring my stop down to this level. Fucking nice profits there. I have a choice with Bitcoin. We're getting very close to the low here. They might not go, they might just go through and not go all the way down and take out the daily low. So I have to make a decision at that point. Do I close the trade, or do they go through and take out this low on this side? Right? And it's possible that they might not do that.
I don't like this.
I have to be careful.
What are they doing now?
They're pulling back up quite a bit here, eh? Wow. So that's why I'm saying the stops aren't safe. You have to be so careful. So they can take me out again at this point, which is not good. And they have. Wow. So yeah, your stop is never really safe if you move it down. They come back into this gap. So again, I could jump back in to continue down because I'm still expecting them to go down. But yeah, they can do this to go and pick up more orders. So what are they going back up to? They came back up into here on the NAS or S&P. They didn't go back up into anything really. There's nothing there. But on the NAS, they came back up into a gap, and now they're leaving. So if I kept my stop above the gap, which I thought maybe I should have, I would have been okay. So I can always jump back in. This is the beauty of the game, you know, if you get stopped out. Typically, I don't like to move my stop. I like to keep it. If my stop was here, I would keep it there. I wouldn't move it at all. I'm just kind of showing you that you can move your stop in to protect profits if you want. It's an option, right? All right, so do I go back in again?
It's a hard call. I mean, they're still in a downward mode,
Yeah,
but
we want to go down. Yeah. Still going down, certainly. Okay, we're back to the order block. So I'm going to take another sell here. Right at the order block. So stop would be above this high right here. And that's not safe either, because they can spike that, take you out. So they're taking out this little high here. So yeah, they can spike. See, they can spike that up and take you out right there. Just like that.
Just went back up to VWAP.
Yeah, definitely no safe in here. So this gap didn't even hold. They just went right through it. And they're going back up to the original gap at the beginning of the opening of the market. They're coming right back up to there. So if they go back in here, I'll sell another one because I'm still expecting them to drop this thing. So there we go. We got a touch, so I'll sell it there. Still expecting them to come back down. So I'm taking a risk, of course, at this point, but still expecting them to come down. So that's very interesting that they came all the way back up to that gap again. So that gives us a very large 1-2 at this point now. In that sweet spot area, 50 to 62% retrace, looking for them to come back down, take out the lows, and continue down.
It's possible they're setting up for a bear move now.
So Bitcoin's coming to that sweet spot area now. We're looking to take out the lows. So do they come through and take out the daily low? Looks likely that they might, but I'll bring my stop down to above the gap here. And just in case they decide they're not going to go any further down. I would expect them to take out this low here. So that would propel us through to take out the target low. And there we go, done. So that's perfect on Bitcoin. Now, if NAS will do the same. So let's see where, and they're even going lower. So did I miss something on this? Where else are they? I would expect a bounce here now because I don't have anything. Oh, it is a low. There are equal lows right over there. That didn't go up high enough. There's some equal lows. So I could have put my target for the equal lows actually. And that's right there. It's the same. I think this is about the same for those equal lows. So that's reasonable now that we could see a bounce at this point back to the upside. Perhaps it might still be some more down. There is a big wick here, and we could stay in it. We come down to midpoint of that wick of this wick here. So there's the daily candle. We touched the low, so we're at the lowest low of the daily candle. And there's the structure that I was referring to. So this, I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and the structure is just like that. So that's the structure we're always looking for. Okay. So nicely done on Bitcoin. Let's see if NASDAQ, how is NASDAQ doing? Oh, they're still playing games on us, eh?
NASDAQ still playing.
Right?
Right?
Still looking for them to bring it down, but they're playing around again. I think once they get their quota here, they're going to be coming down hard. So it's a good thing to get in a seat here. So this gap is no longer holding, unless we just get a wick here, this gap from this opening of the opening bell. The gap should be holding us up or holding us down, whichever.
Yeah, they're still recharging.
It's quite a push up. It's tempting to sell some more here, but I'll leave it alone. And we are getting a little bit of a bounce on Bitcoin as expected at that point. So okay, I'm getting a nice drop again. So look to take a partial again. Good. Let's see if we can continue down here. So stop would be above the high here if I was going to put my stop in. So always good to take a partial if you can when you get some profits, because it's always so iffy. You know, they mess you around in here. So we do have a gap in here. Hopefully this gap holds and continue down. So again, they're giving me another chance to add. I could add to my position again at this point. If you believe really strongly that it's going to fall, then this is a chance they're giving you to add to your position or get into the position if you haven't gotten in, because we're getting a nice 1, 2, 3 at that point. So this is how you can make quick profits, because they'll come back down, take out that low. You can take some profits off and continue down. I mean, some people are just going in at this point and getting out fully right there. You know, that's enough for some people. You know, that's say 30 pips or 30 handles, 35 handles, 40 handles from that high to this low. Yeah, it's about 35 handles. So that's, for some people, that's plenty, right? Tesla did the deed. They did bring it all the way down, take everybody out down there. So there is, again, the structure. So we called it out from the beginning. They chopped it, dropped it. So we'll chop it up in here. So then you're looking for them to take this low out. But the hard part is to get in to catch this move at this point. The best play is here, but this was at the open. So you can't get in unless you were in from yesterday. You wouldn't be able to catch this move. So it's very difficult. So when you go down to the 1 minute, all they're doing in here is they're just chopping you up. So there's the 1, 2, 3 that eventually takes us down. So at this point, we would expect them to come back down and take out this low. So what they did here is similar to what they're going to be doing in here. And so we'd be looking for a 1, 2, 3 to come back down again. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be right. It's just an expectation. If you're wrong, then they're going to just come maybe halfway and continue back up. So, or even not at all. They can just continue going up without coming back. So, but the expectation is that they will do this. And they're still playing games in NAS here. Wow. S&P. We've taken out the high. S&P. They're not taking the high. So we're getting a little bit of divergence at this point between the two. Just a tad, but might not last. Okay, so no more divergence. They've taken out the highs. So this is, again, another sell opportunity on the NAS here. So am I brave enough to sell again at this point? Or are they going to go up and take out these equal highs up here, which looks likely? So it's making a mockery of my analysis here now, because they're not doing what I'm expecting. So if they take out that high, that kind of ruins it, because I don't want to see that high being taken. This move, that's way
high
up there.
Is under siege at this point.
Don't want to see them take that high. That's going to mess things up a bit here if they do that. So I'm a bit hesitant to jump in again at this point because of that possibility. So let's see what happens here. So if I get a fractal move back, okay, they did take the high. So that messes up my structure. So what are they doing? They're going up. Why are they going back up there again? They sweep these guys out. So these guys were safe, right? Their stops weren't taken. The only stops that were taken were here. So these guys are still there. And these guys now have been taken out. So there's only the top left. These are the only guys left. All the stops are now below. So stops here as well. So these are the only guys that are in play. There's only this one. So the likely scenario is that we come down to take out these stops. All these guys. Anywhere along on these areas. Because there's only one left up here. So I wouldn't think they'd come up and take these guys out unless we're heading up, which I don't, that's not what I'm looking at. I mean, that's possible, of course. I could be all wrong here, and they are heading straight up to continue up, but I have a 1, 2, 3 over here, essentially this move, this drop. So I'm expecting them to come down. I'm not expecting them to go up. Not what I'm expecting. So am I wrong or am I right? This is the game. So you have to be strong in your conviction, but strong in your analysis. If I was watching Bitcoin right now, this would have been beautiful turnaround play because I'm expecting that move. We come all the way down, and it gives us our structure, and then we get a 1, 2 here. This is a buy to go back up. So this is a quick buy to the upside. But I'm concentrating so much on NAS that I'm not watching Bitcoin. So they've taken out this high. I wouldn't expect them to come up and take out this high. But if they do, then my whole analysis is messed up because that means that this high is not them. You know, the market makers, this could be their high so that they wouldn't take themselves out and they'd leave this guy alone, right? And so we should turn around and come back. So should I be selling some more at this point? If I get a fractal, I think I will add to my position here. Wouldn't expect this high to be taken, but was not expecting them to even come back above this guy. Never mind. Or this guy. They're still going up. They're looking like they want to go up there.
Yeah, reading this has been very difficult.
That's quite a push up. So this is, typical of a fourth wave area. They chop it all up and make it very difficult for you to discern what's going on. So I see big divergence here. So it's not, well, if they go through, that will be a huge divergence on with the S&P. So they might not go through. I'm hoping they do not go through, because that's going to mess everything up a little bit there. You just turn around at this point. What I'm looking for now is an opportunity to add to my position. I'm still expecting them to come down, so holding to the down move, but it's tough. So we need to see them break this low at least. Give me a little 1, 2, 3 here. They look like they really want to take that high out.
Right on the cusp of that.
Oh, very surprising move. They do. Yeah, okay, they have. Okay, so let's go on to 15. They've come back up into an order block area. It's not much here for them. I'm not sure why they're up here again.
Okay, they're going up to a major high that I think I found on the daily chart. They're almost touching it now.
That is amazing. So this will be my
Yep,
last.
they hit it. They hit it.
Yeah.
Quite interesting here.
Another high up, which they're going for.
Sweetie, stop it. That's from before.
That's what you always see.
Never mind. Don't give me my injection.
Okay, they hit two highs that are way the heck up there.
This is very interesting. Very surprising move here. I wasn't expecting them to come all the way back up there, but they are. So they've taken everybody out now to the upside. Anybody who was trying to sell has been ousted, except for these guys up here. So that's quite a push up. So I'm in some interesting drawdown here, and they're taking out these guys as well. Okay. So am I that wrong? Come back up into our area. They're not giving us that push down that I'm expecting, like how Bitcoin did it. Bitcoin did it just perfectly. They gave us that move up, and we looked for that drop down. So that was what I would have expected. S&P has come up and taken out the highs as well. So everything is pointing to me being totally wrong here, and that we're not coming back down, which is quite interesting, which is okay. You know, it's okay to be wrong, but it looked like everything was pointing to a move to the downside to take out the lows one more time. But it's not playing out that way. So might have to bite the bullet here and say, okay, I'm still thinking that they're faking us out. And it's hard to stick to your guns when it's looking really bleak. Sometimes that's what they're doing. They're just really making it look like, yeah, we're going to go along, but they're really not.
It took out the high of 515 at 2:25 Eastern Time.
There is no divergence. They've gone right through. Now, what we have now is a total change in the sense that if this was the low, then this becomes a 1, 2, 3 bottom, and then we're in a third wave. So unless we can come back to take out this low, then we are in a move that could take us and continue pushing us to the upside. That's a possibility there. I'm getting a fractal. So if that's the case, I don't want to suffer any further losses. So I would think that this would be high of highs at this point, but we didn't really sweep here. Well, this is really, really tough. So I would have to put my stop above here to say, okay, this is uncle. I'm calling it because I can't withstand anymore. And that would be it. That would be where my stop would be. I say, okay, that's as far as I'm going to let them take me. The only problem with that is we're right at a gap here, and it's a tough one. It really is. Still kind of expecting it to come down, but they made it look very difficult. Made me look at a fractal now. It's tempting to sell some more, but I could put myself into trouble by doing that if I do sell. I'm liking it for a sell, so I'm going to add to my position here and take a risk and look for them to come back down. Saying that's the top. They stop maybe a bit tight. They could still come up one more time, take that high out, and then drop it down without me. But yes, let's see what happens here. Come down. A nice fractal, so it looks like we should fall. No, we're not. Wow. They're looking like they want to take that high. So on the 15, I thought, okay, there's a gap. put my stop above that gap. Would that be safe or not? It's really tough. So they're taking me out. It's not even safe above that gap. So it looks like I'm totally wrong and they're not coming down as I expected. That's an interesting turn of events. Never would have thought they would have done that today. Everything was looking very bleak here that we would come down and take out the low like Bitcoin did. So we're getting a complete, so in a very choppy area like that, the expected move would be to the downside. And they said, no, they fooled me up completely and gone the opposite way. We still have one more 1, 2, 3 there, double 1, 2, 3. So they've taken this one. It's still possible that we could come down. I could still be right. But at this point here, I had to call uncle for a big loss. So basically, I've just given all my profits back that I've made, in essence. Let's see how it worked out today. Two, 3, 5, 7, 10, 17. No, I'm actually up 9,000. So even with a 9,000 loss here, I still made 9,000. So lose 9,000, but in these trades here, I've made well over 7,000 plus all these gave me almost 18,000. So I'm down I'm up 9,000. So still okay. This is just a terrible loss. One of the worst losses I've had in a long time. But that happens. If I could get it right every time, which is the goal, then that would be awesome. But so quite interesting the turn of events where with Bitcoin it did what I would have expected, going back up and then dropping back to take out the low. So I thought that NASDAQ and the S&P would do the same thing, but they're not. So that's why we were having a battle in here, eh, George? That's why they were battling in here so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they, are we going to come down, take out the low one more time, or what? And I really thought we would come down and take out the lows one more time. I mean, this is where all the liquidity is sitting. It's quite interesting. So, but nope, they're not doing that. Now they could still do it even at this point, right? And the reason why they could still do it is because if we go back to the 15, this first 1, 2, 3 is still in play. This first 1, 2, 3 at this point is still there. They have not violated this high. So until they violate that high, oops, and I can't draw. Until they violate this high here, this 1, 2, 3 is still intact in essence. So we could still come down. That's still possible. Is Tesla giving us a little barometer of what's going on? Yeah, so if Tesla did the proper move, came down, took out the lows, and now looking to turn. So Tesla is saying, okay,
they've actually gone up enough that, and we're at 11 after 11 o'clock. So this could be the time to come back down. Or is that just wishful thinking?
Tesla still is looking, a little bit suspect.
There's still plenty of room up top for them to go. There's no question about that.
Doesn't look like they want to turn around here, so at all. So they're still going up. This is the last line of defense right there, that high. So So if we take that out and they close above that, then I think the likelihood of us coming back down is very low.
Yes.
And they're going through it. Will they close above it on the 15 here? This bar's got a long time to go before it closes, so this could just be a wick here. Could just turn into a wick. So we could see a turnaround at this point. So they just might just be just wicking through that, and we could turn around and come back. But yeah, because I'm looking for this to fall, I'm not looking at this as a 1, 2, 3 bottom, which it is. You know, technically it's a 1, 2, 3 bottom, but when you're looking to go down, you're not looking at it as a 1, 2, 3 bottom. You're looking at it as, so you missed this move because of that. So not looking for that move to go up. Nice move though.
They just need 12 more handles, 14 more handles to reach the next high.
So they've violated the whole structure now. So it's more than likely that we're not gonna be coming back down. We could still come down a little bit, but we'd probably more than likely continue going up now rather than coming down. So keep that in mind anyways. This was an interesting exercise here this morning. It looked like we had room to drop and they said no. So our overall trajectory, which is what we were expecting it to continue going up, to take out these highs, was that we've swept these lows, but we go one more time to sweep the lows and then go. But they're not doing that. So the expectation is incorrect. So now we just have to go with the flow of the market and turn and go with them. So I'm going to be looking, of course, to make that loss back, and I'll watch for opportunities in Bitcoin or NASDAQ as we go forward. So we're 18 minutes after the hour, so I'm going to call it a day today.
Okay.
At this point, yeah, this is.
Take care now.
This has been an interesting exercise. So you saw some good trades, you saw a really bad one there. So it gives you an idea. It's not always straightforward and easy in this game. So for those on YouTube, again, we're the 1, 2, 3 traders. Thank you for dropping in and watching us. Give us a like and do subscribe to the channel. And this is, again, just for educational purposes only. We don't expect anybody to take our trades. You do that at your own risk. So thanks, everybody.
Take care
dropping
now.
in. Martin,
Yep. Have a good nap.
Peter.
Talk to you. Bye.
Right. Take care. Have a good rest of the day.